Hi, and welcome to another podcast of Nerd Supernova. I am your host, Paul Michaels,
I'm KJ McDermott. What's up?
and our buddy, Bobby Price.
Hello.
So today we'll be discussing the
Immortal Iron Fist.
well, technically just Iron Fist, but yes, the whole...
Oh, he's the immortal Iron Fist, even though he's not immortal.
the name is, right? That's because it goes to many different
It goes
guys.
to different people every
Right.
time, yeah.
Right.
He's still called the immortal Iron Fist, even though they don't call him the immortal Iron Fist.
Yeah. So Bobby's sitting in. He hasn't really seen much of Iron Fist, but he doesn't care if we really spoil it. But Gage and I have seen the whole entire show.
Yep.
I'll start with you because you're the Marvel guy, so I'll let you say what you liked and disliked about the show overall. And obviously spoilers
Should we start
to follow.
episode by episode, or should we just go the whole series?
After a while, it kind of blurs together for me.
Together.
So just kind of go at random, random things you
Alright.
noticed, or
I will
general.
start off with the Nerd Spear has been complaining about how Danny Rand is like an idiot, and I'm sorry. Danny Rand is not a smart character to begin with.
Yeah.
He is not. He has been raised up in a monastery since he's been what, 14, 15?
It depends. In this version, he's 10, I think, when he goes.
10?
Yeah.
Okay. Young kid, raised up in a monastery to be trained up to be a monk, trained up to be the Iron Fist, although he was never trained to be the Iron Fist.
He just
ended
became
up
one.
Getting it.
Yeah.
Whatever. But so when he comes back to the real world after 15 years of being away, of course he's naive. Seriously, of course he doesn't know business people are going to fuck him over. He doesn't know that yet. Everybody's like, oh, he's so stupid. Why does he let people do this? It's like, oh my god, if you were away for 15 years, 20 years, obviously you too would not know how an iPhone works.
Yeah, and Kunlun, I want to call it the Ninja Paradise, I guess, is more or less it's in another dimension, right? Isn't that what they say? It goes to another dimension for a while until it opens up again.
It's one of the portals of heaven.
Okay. Why do they beat the shit out of you in heaven, though?
Because they're
Sorry.
training you to defend the portal to heaven.
That's fair.
Because
Okay.
apparently heaven is a place that you can get to if you break the portal.
You know the way, but anyway. Okay. Well, anything else pop out for you as a fan, as far as the overall show?
The characters. I'm sorry, but
Are they? Would you find them worse than the supporting characters on Jessica Jones?
yes, because the characters flip flop all the time.
Yeah, I can see that.
Watching through the season, all of the characters flip flop so much that I'm just ew, what's going on? I'm more confused, not about the plot. I'm more confused about the characters flip flopping their choices. Joy, each episode. Excuse me. I had a Rick Sanchez moment. I just burped.
All right.
Joy, every episode, she flips flop back and forth between what she wants to do. She's like, oh, I'm gonna help Danny. No, I hate him. No, I'm gonna help him. No, I hate him now. Oh no, I'm gonna help him again.
Motivations are super important to make a really quality show.
No, but she just keeps flipping back and forth.
Yeah.
She keeps flipping and half the time you don't even know it. When she hands over the pottery piece, you don't see the scene where she gives that to him. But apparently she did.
Well, no. Didn't he give?
Looks down at it.
No. Didn't he give that to her as a young boy?
Yes.
Okay.
But then later she looks down
That's right,
at it.
and she gives it. Yeah.
She throws her car keys in it, and then she looks down at it. And then in the court, the debate scene with Hogarth,
Yeah.
she brings it out. It's how'd you get that? Oh, I don't know. Did you break in to get this? It's no. It's oh, and she gave it to him. It's all right, cool. You like him. All right, cool. Next episode, she hates him. It keeps flopping back and forth. It's just
Yeah.
really choose a fucking side.
Even at the very end, she's like, now I hate you again.
Her brother too.
Yeah, Ward is all over the place.
He starts out hating him, and then he starts liking him. Then he's got a whole big drug thing, and drug thing. Okay, cool. Then he likes him again. It's just what the fuck is going on? Like, seriously, like, the only character I don't deny, and it's not even the Iron Fist, is the Chinese chick.
Yeah, she's cool.
Like, Wing.
Colleen Wing.
Colleen Wing. There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And she's supposed to be like the White Dragon or something. I forget what the... or she's just Colleen Wing. I forget.
The only character I actually like is her.
What?
And, like...
She's the most consistent.
She's the most consistent. Like, she's actually, like...
Well, actually, her and Claire Temple.
No, I can't even say she's consistent because she's so, like, peace, but then she goes to, like, the bare-knuckle boxing rings and, like, fucking beats those bitches, like, to the ground.
Yeah.
And she, like, she loves it, but then she's part of the Hand.
Yeah.
And then, like...
So Claire...
Again, like...
Claire Temple's probably the only sane person in this show.
Oh, yes, I will agree with that. Because she's the only person who's just like, oh, hey! You're all stupid. Why don't we, like, call these other people?
Well, yeah. What was I saying to you when we were talking about it earlier? I said she was like the Chucky Finster of like the group, like where if you've seen Rugrats, like Chucky Finster's always like, I don't know, that's a good idea, guys, and then they do it anyway.
She's becoming Night Nurse.
Well, yeah, obviously.
But like, obviously she's becoming that. But even still, I found it forced anytime she said like, oh, like, Sweet Christmas.
Well, it's because she's been banging Luke Cage.
Yes.
But I'm just saying,
I know that, but I still find it, like, forced. I was just like, alright, one time is enough. So, like, 2 or, like, 3 times more, I was like, alright, I get it. Like...
Alright, so... I would say the 3 biggest things for me, and I'm trying to remember what I said to you the first time.
This
we were
is
discussing.
like my initial rant.
No.
Now pick it apart.
Well, no, this is me somewhat semi-picking apart, but also kind of doing the rant. But I would say the 3 biggest issues with this show, and I'm saying overall as a show, not just technically going with for characters or plot, just overall issues that I had that consistently came up in my head, was the first thing off the bat was that they spent more time with the boardroom stuff and a lot more of that than they did.
It was boring.
Well, it was the fact that they didn't.
Dude, no.
No.
I can sum it up for you.
No. It wasn't so much. It wasn't so much that it was boring. It was that it didn't really. It didn't matter. It didn't matter in the long run for the most part. It was just kind of the same old bullshit. But it was the fact.
Exactly. It was boring.
No, but I'm saying is that they could have spent more time dealing with the Iron Fist idea. Now, granted, they make a point like, okay, he's trying to find his way. He's still trying to decide between being Danny Rand and being the Iron Fist. He's not a full Iron Fist yet. It's an origin story. Blah 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 blah.
But in the fight scenes, he never accessed the actual like Iron Fist.
He does like once like every episode. But like this is the thing, and again. I'm coming back to this.
I'm sorry. How many times did Daredevil access the Daredevil in like his fight scene?
That really okay. Look, the point being is that I'm doing a little thing here. I'm doing like three main points here. So that's
Luke Cage access the Luke Cage in his fight scene.
Do they really have to access their powers though? Do they glow? Look, point being, it's terribly put out there. Then I guess. Okay, first point being is that. Yes, the boardroom stuff. It's the fact that there's not they don't show enough.
I don't mind that in the first couple episodes.
Yeah, but they don't show.
They keep going. It's just
they keep teasing you all the time about. They keep teasing you all the time about fucking Kunlun, and they never really show you Kunlun, and it pisses me.
Last episode.
Yeah, but it still pisses me off, and it's not even like an aspect of like the fact he doesn't even get his costume at the end of it, which is like kind of annoys me too. But it's just more like they keep.
I can see that because they gave us. Daredevil.
Yeah, but he got his costume. But he got his costume at the end. But like even
I still feel like this one.
I'm not annoyed that he doesn't so much get it. It's just it was like the cherry on top of not getting like the actual fucking origin, which is what you're supposed to do.
The thing that
in the first season.
More disappointed on is I know the Defenders is coming. Everybody knows the Defenders is coming.
Right.
I was waiting for in the last episode. Some type of Nick Fury moment where like Matt Murdock is there and he just like talks to him for a second to bring it in. I'm sorry.
No.
The Marvel in me.
Because they have to fill up. They have to fill up 8 episodes. They have to fill up 8 episodes of Defenders.
Shut up.
So they're gonna leave it for that.
I was waiting for one of those moments.
I hear you.
Except for like Hogarth. Hogarth is there because whatever. But like I was waiting for one of those moments where there was an actual crossover. I mean, come.
I'm not saying it wouldn't have been appreciated.
Jones was fucking Luke Cage. Like,
yeah, but they're already kind of connected
I know,
anyway.
but still,
I still would have. I wouldn't have
like.
I wouldn't have minded seeing another Defender in the show at some point. That would have been okay.
For, like, Matt Murdock to just show up and just be like, "Oh, hey, like, you're a big name around town. Like, what's up?" Like, even like it's like the last frame, like before the like last
credits.
episode,
Yeah.
Be like, "Oh, hey, like."
Really? Instead, it's just.
You're like a big fist in a small town, like something stupid and cheesy.
Yeah.
And,
But like
that was it.
But instead,
like,
it's just them. It's just him and Colleen Wing going to a mountain, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh no, it's gone!"
Yeah, like I was waiting for something, like.
Yeah.
And there was nothing, like.
So that was my big thing. The second thing.
Like I said, the Nick Fury moment.
The second thing, apart from the fact of not showing the actual origin to a certain extent, because you literally had like the fucking dragon in it.
Because they didn't show the origin for Daredevil until it was all flashback stuff.
Yeah, but
Daredevil was all flashback.
Yeah,
stuff.
but they actually showed the
Luke
fucking.
Cage was all flashback stuff.
They actually
Jessica
showed.
Jones was all flashback.
Yeah.
Stuff.
But they showed.
Format.
But I'm saying they actually managed to show the actual flashback. Like we got a little bit more of like the stick side of it in say season 2 of Daredevil, but we got a general idea of how Daredevil got from A to B. We know how he got to where he was.
Then again, you're talking about Daredevil season 2, whereas we haven't seen.
No, but even in season 1, I got a general idea of who Daredevil was. All right, look, the point being is that the second issue is Danny Rand. Now, yes, you and I know that he's a naive character. He's kind of dumb, but again, it goes back to the idea of him not, we don't know. We don't.
Society for 15 years.
Yeah, we know that. We know that as fans, but people who are watching this show,
somebody online, was
critics who are watching this show don't know this shit, or
was trying to tell me this shit, and I was like, I'm sorry, I know the character. Shut the fuck up.
But okay, but look, I'm saying regular people watching it, like, they don't go enough into Danny. They don't mature Danny at all at any point in the show. He's the same guy pretty much at the end of the show as he is at the beginning of the show. The only difference is that he knows who murdered his parents. That's the only difference with the character.
He really doesn't evolve.
He does not evolve in the 13 fucking episodes. That was my biggest problem with him. I don't know so much his character.
He doesn't even update his playlist. Like, come on.
So, like, that's the thing.
Kung Fu playlist is still like 20 years old.
The thing about him is that he can still be naive, but he could have been a little bit more mature in knowing something, and it wouldn't have been so much generic, like, I'm going to kill the murderer of my parents in this big building type thing. It could have been more of like, I'm maturing as a person, and I'm not just confronting Meacham, I'm confronting all of the business issues with this company and everything else. Huh?
Whole other thing there. Madam Wayne.
Are we talking about the crow woman or whatever? The
old woman who's been in
Madame Gao. Madame Gao,
not Madam Wang.
I'm like, who the fuck is Madame Wang? Anyway,
sorry.
It's alright, man. Madame Gao. I took a while to remember her name too.
Who do you think she is?
She's probably the Craven mother, right? Isn't that what the?
That's what the Inner Sphere thinks she is.
Yeah, it would make sense. Or she's a different version of the Craven mother, or some bullshit.
Not Craven.
I don't know the Iron Fist comics as well. I'm still learning, but
Crane Mother.
Crane Mother. Sorry about that. Yeah. Again, I'm still learning a lot. I still barely even know that much about the servant.
Alive. She's apparently been alive for like 400 years.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
With the whole thing with Meacham Senior there.
Yeah.
Being alive and coming back from the dead. Obviously, she's one of the Hand obviously doesn't like her too much because they have the whole thing about how she's a different faction of the Hand, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So
no,
who do you think is the real bad guy? Is she the real bad guy? Is the other part of the Hand the bad guy? Who's the real bad guy?
I mean, look, the Hand is the Hand. There's already a good version of the Hand, and it's called the Chase, which is what Stick's part of. And that's what's so great about Daredevil season 3 because it's going to be.
Any of that. Obviously, Stick is not a part of this faction of the Hand. So, which faction of the Hand do you think is this? The faction of the Hand that's in this.
The thing is,
wants to get Madame Gao out of there.
The thing is that they do explain the Hand decently well in the show. They explain that Madame Gao and her people are a rogue faction. What I liked about the show.
Madame Gao from all the other series.
Yeah. The thing I liked about it, though, as far as the Hand goes, the thing I liked about it as far as the hand goes, is the fact that they make a point to still call it the Hand for one. They say it's a rogue faction, so you understand that it's not like deviating from
And
it
it's
so
not
much.
the foot with Splinter.
But what I like is that they made it much more believable, because they basically showed that the Hand is a modern day cult, which makes a lot more sense.
I like that.
I like
that.
But not only that, it shows that they discipline all of them through their teachings, but also sets them up in every other place throughout the city, and they don't do it just there.
Scientology?
Well, whatever you want to call it, but the point being is that it makes sense in that world and how the Hand is so powerful, or the version of the Hand that we assume that they are. So it's like, okay, and you understand why the Chaste is so angry at the Hand and like what they're afraid the Hand can accomplish. Because once you get people in your pocket, like that's it, loyalty, and then whatever else comes
Also,
after.
Well, I found it clever that like she was trying to like the chick was trying to be like, oh no, we're trying to like better people. We got like doctors, we got like scientists.
And then the minute she betrays the
Yeah,
Hand,
like-
they try to kill her. It's like, yeah.
She was trying to say like they're making better people, but all they're doing is trying to like get better people in power.
Or so that they can have more control.
So they can have more control over stuff. And then the minute she like tried to like go against it,
They
they
killed her.
immediately came and like got her.
Yeah.
Like immediately. She's like, oh yeah, I got the drugs for you. I'm like, oh no, there's no drugs. Here's a van. They're gonna like kick your ass.
Pretty much. And the I do want to say just one thing. I want to give props to. I always forget.
One thing?
I know. I forget the actor's name, but the guy who plays like the New York leader division of the Hand. He's also the same actor that was in Transformers
I love that
2.
fight scene in the rain.
That was pretty
It was
good.
great.
Yeah.
Especially like he broke her sword, and then she was just like, oh, the weapons are always, and then she like fucking knocks him out with like the tip of it. And
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, you're fucked, because like
Yeah,
she
it's
still knows
funny.
the weapon.
It's funny because this is the third
I thought
aspect.
it was weird that like after the fact she kept carrying her broken sword
Yeah, it just
instead of like taking his complete sword.
it's probably
I was just like,
it's probably a
alright.
sentimental thing. I don't
Well,
know.
no,
They might
like,
explain that.
It's supposed to be like her grandfather's sword.
Right, so she doesn't
so,
want
like,
to get rid
she
of it.
kept it, but she didn't take it like
All right.
a complete sword.
Like I said, I want to give props to the actor. I always forget his name, but the guy playing the head leader of that, because he's
Yeah.
from Transformers 2, and he's come a long way since then. He's been doing a lot of other things.
Was he like the dorky one?
He was the dorky one that was following
Oh,
Shia LaBeouf and
God.
Megan Fox. Same dude.
Good for him.
Yeah, so he's obviously
Bad for him for being in Transformers, but good for him for being in something
Hey, that
better.
that probably still got him some roles and stuff. Obviously, he's now in a Netflix show. So, okay. This goes to my third point, though, because you're talking about fight scenes. The Colleen Wing stuff is pretty good. Her fight stuff
It is.
and I kind of feel that she
Like,
actually.
the fight scene shit, like the cage
I kind of feel that.
match stuff was great.
Yeah, I kind of feel
It
like
reminded me like Street Fighter.
I kind of feel that she actually knows how to fight to a certain degree.
Chun-Li.
Yeah, but the thing is, when it comes to Danny's stuff, the fight scenes are not that compelling.
There are too many cutscenes and not enough actual fight.
There's no flowing of the fight. It's like 15 cuts for like 3
Oh.
seconds of fight.
The thing that I look at it as is like in Daredevil, we get uninterrupted like
Fighting, yeah.
like whereas they have like fight scenes where it's like the camera goes through and it's like an uninterrupted fight scene, choreography awesome, and like the camera will keep going. In this one, there's too many cuts,
Yeah.
and it doesn't seem.
It doesn't feel
good.
natural. The thing is, too, is like, I mean, granted, you have to admit, too, that like Daredevil has a much different fighting style. He's a brawler.
Yes,
You
very
know,
much
he
so,
fights
but-
very differently. But
But
I don't think, and again, I'm not shitting on Finn
it's
Jones
somebody
because,
who's supposed to be like Kung Fu Master.
yeah,
I want to see that same shit that they already teased me with Daredevil. I want to see the same shit going on. This is the Kung Fu Master. I want to see him. Although I'm going to redact that. The fight scenes where he was challenging the Hand.
yeah.
And it was like the two guys, and then it was.
I think it honestly depended on who was directing it because,
No,
like,
that reminded me of a video game.
well, remember
That
when
reminded me so much of a video game.
when he's
where
going
it's just
through,
like, oh, there's two guys here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight you. And then it's like, oh, cool, you advance to the next level.
It's very much
poison venom lady.
Yeah. It's very much
Venom lady.
look. It's very much like how they took the blaxploitation with Luke Cage. They're doing the same thing with Iron Fist because Iron Fist was a calling to people enjoying a lot of the kung fu. No, the kung fu movies. Like it's like the game. No, but it was like the game of. But it was like the game of death. It's like the game of death where like he goes through the different levels and he faces different opponents. It's the same idea. So it's there. I love the callback. Certain fight scenes are better than others. Like when he's fighting in like the hotel lobby with people, it's not so bad. But there's other stuff it's not as filmed well in different episodes and stuff like that. So I think the fighting could have been better done. I think Finn Jones should have been trained more. Because I don't know if they use what they do with stunt doubles and stuff, but
my thing is as this comes with all of like these Netflix series, every episode is with a different director.
No, I know that's what I'm saying.
Obviously, like the fight scenes are different because like, they have different directors. Whatever.
Okay, but I'm just saying I think it could have been somewhat improved. Those are my three biggest issues overall with the show. Was
some of the fight scenes are great. Some of the fight scenes you just look at them and just like, this is the fight scene.
Yeah, I'm just more annoyed like as a fan. Like there's this fan nitpicking, but like they show him getting or they're not getting it, but you're seeing like where he gets the tattoo, and we know that there's a dragon in the cave, and we never actually see the. It. And this is the thing that pisses me off because it'd be fine if that was like the first Netflix show, but at this far in the game, when you have Marvel, Netflix, and Disney money, you're telling me that you can't afford to animate a dragon.
No, I was waiting like at the very end when they actually said like I've been here before. I thought we were gonna get a flashback to when he actually got it.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought like when they he looked at it, he was like, I've been here before, and like they went back. They actually went back to him seeing like the dragon eyes and everything.
I thought we were going to see it.
I thought we were going to see him getting it, and we didn't.
No.
We didn't get shit. And then we were just like, alright, cool, like, oh, he got it.
I don't know if it's like a Netflix thing where they're...
We saw the aftermath in like an earlier episode where he was like...
Yeah, exactly. We saw that.
It was still smoldering on his chest. And he was all like, oh, I'm the Iron Fist now. And it was like, alright, cool, like...
Sometimes early in the show, though, they won't release the money.
This is the final
money
show. Like, to special effects and stuff. I know, but they don't release that money to save it for a time when they can. Are
they saving it for Defenders? I don't understand, really.
They don't want to do it bad, maybe.
I guess, but my thing is too. This is what I was putting out. I'm wondering if it's a Netflix thing, because
part of his character.
I know, and I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. I'm thinking more maybe they're trying to keep things grounded because it's Defenders and they're in the city or something, and they're trying to not do over the top Marvel like in the movies. But that's my only backup theory that I can think of as to why they wouldn't show the fucking dragon.
I'm sorry, they got David Tennant who can tell people to do whatever the fuck he wants.
I'm just saying,
got
dude.
Doctor Strange who does like fucking hand
Again,
circles.
You're using the movies. You're not talking about the Netflix TV show.
First.
Well, look.
You're talking about the money released for a first season of a show that they don't know is going to succeed.
I guess.
They talk about dragons being real in the series beforehand.
I know, and that's what drives me even crazier about.
Flashbacks to the cave beforehand.
I will say
they could totally do the dragon in the final episode right before he's about to kill the bad guy.
I just want to say, as far as the Kunlun stuff, I think the one thing that they did well was setting up Davos, who later becomes the serpent, who's like the nemesis.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Marvel. I love Marvel, but can they do villains who aren't good guys beforehand?
Well, Purple Man wasn't. Kingpin wasn't. Loki wasn't really.
Think of all of their next phase. It's all good guys turned evil. Doctor Strange.
Ward came pretty close in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I don't think Ward really.
He was Hydra the whole time.
Yeah,
so
but his redemption story was very
He's not a good guy turned evil. He was a bad guy undercover.
Look. Let's just agree.
Doctor Strange. Good guy.
Yeah, Mordo was
too many wizards.
There's too many sorcerers.
Whatever it is. whatever he says at the end of it, like
Sorry,
too many wizards, too many warlocks,
I like
whatever the fuck he says.
to just get on your nerves there. Sorry. Anyway,
But, like, now at the end of this one, it's just like, oh, now I'm bad because, like, oh, now I'm meeting up with. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. The fucking
what were you gonna say, buddy?
Joy is all over the place.
I know. Well,
Every other episode.
Dude, you were saying about this earlier, and I agreed with you because I said that she turns again one last time before the show ends. She's like, now I hate Danny Rand for some reason. I don't know why.
Her and her brother were back and forth the whole time. He was originally like he hated him. Now I love him. Now I love him. Now I love him. Now I hate him. Now I love him. Now I love him. Like her and her brother. Even with a dad, like, trying to, like, run the strings or whatever the fuck he was trying to do, both of those characters were so poor. Like, their character development was terrible because both of them kept going back and forth. Like, if you're gonna write a character, stick to your guns.
Or stay consistent,
Make one of them evil, make one of them good. Don't flip-flop back every other episode. That's what they did. Like, the whole entire season, they kept flipping back and forth. It was like,
or if you do it, it has to make sense.
No,
or you have to show them.
You
motivations behind
you didn't see it yet, but like when he hated him, she loved him. When he loved him, she hated him. And like back and forth it went, and it was like you never knew where they were. And then like the last the cliffhanger season, like whatever, like she like left. And like
the main thing,
when Ward was good with it, then like she's meeting up with the bad guy, being like, "Oh yeah, let's take him down." It's like
the main thing that I've noticed,
like, what the fuck are you doing?
The main thing that I've noticed, and this is true with I think any movie or TV show with a superhero, and it's the fact that the superhero is always defined by their villains. And the problem is,
but he doesn't have a good villain.
He only has pretty much like the Serpent and I don't know what else. But the point being is that he doesn't have a huge rogue gallery. So how do we make Meacham an interesting character? We'll make him. I mean, I think the kids exist in some form or another. Like I think Ward was originally the uncle of like, or like the brother of Meacham or something, and Joy's like a niece. So they made him like
in the comics.
In the comics, I think. I'm just going off because I don't know Iron Fist as well as I should.
I don't know fucking.
No, but
Iron Fist at all.
but you look at Daredevil. Daredevil doesn't have a great rogues gallery, but he has.
I never read Iron Fist.
No,
He never enticed me.
No.
Because
I've been reading.
After watching this, he still seems boring.
I've been reading a few of it a little bit, but I haven't been reading as much as I should. But they have interesting stuff going on. But the point being is that like Luke Cage, the Luke Cage show was good because it was as much him as it was Harlem. Cottonmouth was a great villain, and Diamondback was not as good a villain, but he at least made an interesting kind of towards the end. Purple Man was a very good villain for Jessica Jones.
And I'm so sad they killed him, because Purple Man was such a good...
Yeah.
Everybody complains about, like, the throwaway Marvel villains. Marvel had, like, a great villain in Purple Man, and they killed him, and I'm just like...
And even with...
writing, though, any villain can be...
Yeah.
He can't come back.
Well, no,
unless they do Infinity Gauntlet or something, but... Here's the thing, though, too, is, like, Daredevil has a very limited rogues gallery, but because Kingpin has been attached to him for so long now, Kingpin is a great villain. He's one of my favorite Marvel villains, period, but... Kingpin in the Hand and everything, and Elektra...
Comic books can branch out to so many other, like, heroes.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is like, Daredevil is just in that middle ground where he's not like, he's almost A-list, like he's a cult favorite Marvel character. And he has a great...
The only reason, like, Daredevil is, like, so great amongst, like, all the other villains is because so much shit happens in New York.
Yeah, it's very true. But Daredevil has a great mythology. Jessica Jones is very new, so she doesn't have as new a mythology. Luke Cage has a lot of blaxploitation villains and a lot of... And half his good stuff is when he's doing stuff with Danny Rand. So they have to set them both up in a way.
Heroes for hire.
Exactly.
I'm hoping they go for that.
Yeah, look, I think the show Iron Fist as itself is okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. It's probably the least interesting of the Marvel Netflix shows.
The sad thing is that I feel it's great for an intro to Iron Fist. except it's
tedious.
It's
and-
so long.
Yeah,
Like,
you
could've
actually
been
feel the
done-
length. You actually feel the
It could
length.
have been done in like 4 episodes, and then started off being epic. But instead, they made it like 12.
What's
Like,
interesting?
You could have condensed all of that, and like
Yeah, it's interesting
I'm
though.
sorry.
It's interesting though too that Defenders is only 8 episodes when all the other shows have been about 13 episodes, which
that's
is
because
interesting.
I feel like they're just going to build it up.
And then they're just going to
Because
do it.
Defenders doesn't include Punisher, doesn't include Ghost Rider, whom they're going to be building up. Like,
Yeah. Well, look, I'm okay with what they're doing as far. I just feel that they could have, with all the time that they had, they could have done more with Iron Fist in the show, given the time that they had, and also writing him as a little bit more of an
that's
evolved
so funny 'cause
character.
I feel like they could have done less with Iron Fist and still got the point across, and then added more people.
What I'm saying, if you're gonna have the 13 episodes, use the time wisely.
Used him to build in other stuff to build up the Defenders.
Sure. I can definitely agree with that. But yeah, I would still recommend the show just to catch up and get ready for
If
Defenders.
you're bored and want to watch something, it's on Netflix.
It's a show.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm done.
I liked it.
If you
I
love
thought it was
superhero
okay, but I didn't love it.
stuff.
It was like alright. It's like okay. This is a show. This is. I'm glad I saw some of the Iron Fist stuff. I like the hand developments in the show. I liked Colleen Wing and I liked Claire Temple, and I thought the show did at least good enough in
Claire
that
Temple is like the only like.
logical character in the show.
No, she's the only character. No, she's the only character through all of the series who stays the same. She's the
Apart from
same
Danny Rand.
character. No. Like once
Maybe.
she starts, if you watch it like in
Are you saying through all the Netflix shows?
through all the Netflix shows,
Okay.
if you watch it like in chronologically, like in order,
Mm-hmm.
she stays the same. Like when you see her in Iron Fist, she's sitting there just being like, "Hey, like, I know friends who have fought the Hand. Like, you don't want to do this. Like, what the fuck you doing?" Like, she's the only person who like grows. I've seen her grow more than like many of the other characters in these shows. Like,
Yeah. Well, she's a good character. They gave it to Rosario Dawson. She's a pretty good actress.
Night Nurse.
I love her.
Yeah, she's a great actress.
New series on Netflix.
All right, I would recommend to see Iron Fist just to get an idea of the character, and it's a show to watch. It's just it's somewhat boring, but sometimes it's very interesting and kind of
I've
fun.
been convinced to watch it. Now I'm gonna watch it.
All right.
You
All right, Bobby, that sounds good.
Yep.
I like it, man. All right, I'm excited for Defenders. I hope they do Heroes for Hire, and at some point also do stuff with Jessica Jones and Luke Cage having a baby and doing crazy stuff with that. Anyway, that's all I got to say. You guys have any more?
Babies?
Babies.
I don't think about babies.
They're gonna have a little black baby named Danielle, named after Danny Rand. Anyway, you guys have any other closing thoughts?
Star Wars is awesome.
Okay, on the show,
Sorry,
on the
totally-
show, or
totally
Marvel,
know.
or
Any villain can be the best villain with good writing. Why is
Purple Man. Purple Man was a
I'm
C-list
sorry.
villain for the longest time.
David Tennant.
Purple
is
Man was
still-
a C-list villain for the longest time until Ben Dice took advantage
in
of
my
it.
mind, the best MCU villain has still been Purple Man.
I can see that.
Look at Superman. All the crazy things
MCU.
he has fought.
MCU.
I'm just saying villains. All the crazy things that Superman has fought. His arch nemesis is a human being.
Yeah, well, Lex
He
Luthor
can
is.
punch through the skull at any time.
That's
But
why Lex
it's
Luthor is one of the
way-
best
or,
DC
you
villains.
know-
It's the way that they mess with the hero.
Yeah,
It's not about how cool they are, but any villain can be the best if you write it.
if
well.
you watch Unbreakable, they explain the villain stuff pretty well.
or
They say
Mixaplex or
yeah, they
Darkseid
say
or-
that there's two types of villains. There's a soldier villain who's like the guy that faces him on like head on and stuff like that, and then there's
Captain
the mind,
America,
and then there's the
who-
mind villain
Captain
who
America,
messes with
those
them.
shit
Yeah.
at the end of the-
those are the ones you have to watch out.
Villains are always the best.
Ones you have to watch out for. Okay, that's all I got to say. And
Purple Man, I'm still saying.
I get it. You love fucking Purple Man. You want to marry David Tennant. We understand. Dude, Purple Man was fantastic.
Honestly, if
I
I
understand.
could marry David Tennant, I would.
I know. He's already taken though. Okay.
And I would have a threesome with him and his wife.
All right. That's enough of that.
Okay.
All right. We're wrapping up. Good night, everybody.